Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Sports. We have with us an exclusive interview with the manager of Lucas Brown, the undefeated former heavyweight champion of the world. His manager, Matt Clark. Matt, how are you doing?
Good, pal, yourself?
I'm great. All the way from Australia again, Matt. How have things been with you?
Yeah, can't complain, mate. Everything's coming along well, so yeah, hopefully have the big fella back in the ring before too long.
Okay. On just a side note, you've been watching the cricket?
Of course, mate, I haven't missed anything. How can you not, the way we're playing at the moment?
I wish I wasn't interviewing you at this point in time because obviously, had it been the other way.
Went to day one of the Ashes. It was a good day from what I
Yeah,
remember.
if it had it been the other way around, I'm not sure if you'd been so happy to pick up the phone if it was England on top.
Exactly.
No, but okay. So let's get into serious things. I guess the last time I spoke to you, Lucas had got off the first, the whole first drug scandal, and everything seemed okay. And then there was another drug scandal that came up, and then I didn't hear from you guys for it all went haywire. Didn't hear from you guys for a while. So can you get me up to speed in like 15 minutes from where that second drug scandal sorted to where we are today?
Yeah, mate, of course. Look, at the end of the day, so what happened was, as everyone will probably know, he tested positive in Chechnya to clenbuterol. He was tested 5 days before the fight and was tested by both blood and urine. They came back completely clean. So we had the positive test after the fight. And if any of your listeners know anything about clenbuterol, you certainly don't cycle it 5 days out or whatever, 1 to 5 days before a fight. It doesn't do anything for you. And further to that, you don't bring it through both Russian, Chechen, and Australian customs. So anyway, we did a whole heap of testing and paid for hair follicles and all that sort of stuff to be tested, and came back categorically that there was nothing in his system prior to Chechnya. So long story short, we ended up getting acquitted of that, and rightly so. And only for I think it was probably it might have been last November, I'd say. Yeah, he tested positive to an over-the-counter product, to Australian, I should say, which was contained within an over-the-counter product that he bought. So yeah, it was like all our world came crashing down once again. It was pretty silly on his behalf. He admits that he probably was a little bit naive. We entered the clean boxing program. We were the first Australian, or he was the first Australian boxer to do it. So yeah, he was fine with that. He wanted to be tested and prove that what happened in Chechnya was certainly not of his doing. So yeah, the ironic thing is that we knew we were going to be tested by VADA because we were asked for his whereabouts probably 24 hours before they came knocking at the door. So he was of the opinion that he was doing nothing wrong, and he took I think it was a pre-workout or some other supplement, and came back to that and to fight all that. Sort of, it was like Groundhog Day. Unfortunately, it wasn't a good version of Groundhog Day, but it was Groundhog Day, and we went through all that. And he copped his I think 6-month ban on the chin, and he got back in the ring back in June or July, and he's just looking to get back into the mix of things again. So yeah, it's one of those things that unfortunately sort of did all the hard work and got cleared, and rightly so, and took something over the counter without really checking into it, and these things happen.
Okay, so what I don't understand is, right, you get caught the first time for something you didn't do. So would that not have made you more vigilant to anything you did after that in the second time round? Because I mean, if that's I mean, I can't get what. Go ahead.
What it is look, a lot of these. I'll take you through. A lot of these things have like blend percentages through them. So what happens with they can make one batch of something in one tub at the factory.
Yep.
And then there'll still be micro elements of what they make. But they won't always make, say, for instance, protein powder day after day after day in that one tub. So I've had it explained to me by a fair few people in the industry. So what happens is that tub, it'll get washed out, but it might not get washed out thoroughly enough that whatever's in there in small amounts isn't there again. So that's what we're sort of probably attributing it to, but you'll never know. You just don't know. So yeah, he should have been more careful. And see, he was naive, and he sort of, I remember him saying on the phone to me, well, how can it be illegal? Because I bought it over the counter, so it's, I bought it in Sydney. How can it be illegal? I said to him, I had to explain to him that it's not legal for everyday Joe Blow to have it in their system, but because you're an athlete, it's got a substance in it that's illegal, and so he now understands that. And we've had to go to the point where every supplement that he now takes is, I think it's called Sports Informed or Sports Choice or something like that. So each batch is individually tested. So yeah, look, it's one of those things. We've spoken to Margaret Goodman about it. She obviously runs VADA, and she's happy that Lucas is obviously still enrolled and still involved, and has learned a lot out of it. Should he have learned that the first time? Yeah, he probably should have, but that's what happens, I suppose.
So can we? So how do we attribute the shape of Lucas Brown? Because people have got questions to say, well, okay, Lucas looked in fantastic shape when he was going to fight Shagayev, and he lost tremendous amount of weight and looked in great shape. Some people at the time kind of put two and two together and thought, well, the reason why he looked in great shape was because he took those drugs at the time. That's why he looked in great shape, and it was like a fat burner. So that's why he looked in great shape. What were your thoughts about that at the time?
Like I said earlier, we had hair follicles tested that came back and said categorically that he had no clenbuterol in his system prior to that. I mean, on top of that, he fought Richard Towers in the Commonwealth title eliminator at the exact same, or very close to anyway. It was about 115 for both of those fights. It'll be on Box Rec there. You can look it up what we're talking about. So he's been that way before. He was tested after Richard Towers' fight. He's been tested after plenty of fights, just about every fight in Britain, I think. But these guys, they're big guys. Their weight fluctuates. He even messaged me today, and he's gone for a run and a hit out of the gym, and he's lost 2.5 kilograms. So when you're a big unit like that, these things happen. On top of that, the Shagayev fight was something we knew about for months. We had, I think, 12 weeks' notice. He had a 10-week camp for that. So you got to understand that Lucas has gotten to where he is up until very recently without proper training and a proper camp and things like that. So these things happen. I think I can understand why people think that, but at the end of the day, he weighed the same weight or thereabouts for Richard Towers, so it's not like he hasn't made that weight before. It just depends on what sort of fight. Different fights as well. We've said categorically that we want to be a touch heavier for this or lighter for that. We knew that for Shagayev he had to be light because Shagayev had, even though he's sort of pudgy himself, he had excellent hand speed for a heavyweight and not bad foot speed either, even though he's a bit old. So we want to get his weight down for that fight. Whereas if we were going to fight someone like Joey Parker, probably the opposite. We want to come in heavier and stronger and be the bully in that sort of fight. So, I can understand why people have questions. That's fine. But I think there's a bit of an answer for everything too.
Okay, so we'll move on from that. There was something about Nigel Benn. Was Nigel Benn in your camp at any point? Because I heard there was something like...
Yeah. So Rodney Williams is the main trainer, right? Rodney trains out of the Blacktown PCYC, and Rodney was training Nigel Benn as well. Nigel hasn't stopped training, and I dare say Nigel would still be probably the fittest boxer in Australia at the moment. He's incredible. So Rodney trained Connor Benn when he was an amateur before he relocated back to the UK. So so Nigel was there, and he was pushing Lucas in certain aspects, and wanted to take him on. Nigel loves riding on the bikes and going on big road rides and things like that. So he was trying to get Lucas to develop that sort of aspect of his fitness as well. So he was there, and he's on the peripheries of where he could. He was an asset, that's for sure.
Great. Now the other thing is when you talk about Lucas Brown, people talk about Lucas Brown, the Ricky Hatton thing comes up. What is the situation between Lucas Brown, Ricky Hatton, and yourselves?
It's all good. It's water under a bridge. Most boxers have some sort of dramas at some stage with their promoters. I think it's part of the course almost in boxing these days, isn't it? Really, everyone has splits at everyone. I've seen Dylan Whyte have splits at Eddie Hearn and things like that. It's the way it goes. Lucas Brown would happily fight every weekend or every second weekend if he could. It's just the way he is. He just enjoys it. So there were times that he was obviously frustrated with Ricky and that sort of thing, but there were times I'm sure where Ricky was frustrated with Lucas as well. But no, everything's good at the moment. Everyone's pushing in the same direction, and everyone's happy to achieve some great things in 2018.
Fantastic. Now, going back to the actual Shagayev fight, Was there anything mentioned to you when you went to fight Shagayev? Was anything mentioned to you in the dressing room? Was anything said to you, you know, if you lose, if you don't win this, if you win this fight, this could happen? You know, just when you go down, stay down. Was there anything like that being said? Because there are some people out there that think that there's a script that if you don't do certain things, then the knife will get stuck in you. That's why you left Chechnya the way you did, and somebody had spiked you beforehand. Talk to us about that.
No, look, they were fine. No, we can't complain. Like, they treated us exceptionally well in Chechnya. It's a dangerous place. You got to understand that. It is probably the most dangerous place I've ever been. That's for sure. Either there or Glasgow. I'm not sure, one of the two. But so there was nothing said to us in terms of that. I do know that when he won, you could hear a pin drop. Like, there was, I think, 10,000 people in the crowd there, and the only person I could hear was President Kadyrov shouting. He wasn't happy, obviously, but no, we weren't. I've heard stories from the Equendo camp that they were told something threatening or something at one stage in an elevator or something. You'd have to look it up. It'd be on the internet, obviously, but I can't say we had that. We were treated really well over there. It was always different. Like, you know, whenever you're coming into a training complex and people are jumping on your bus with sort of machine guns and making sure that you're not insurgents and this sort of thing. It's not what you're used to here in Australia, but we were treated well. We can't complain.
Great stuff. Now let's talk about the meat and bones, the real things that people want to hear about. Your name, or Lucas Brown's name, has been linked with a number of fighters. Dillian Whyte being number one name. What's the situation with that situation with Dillian Whyte and Lucas Brown?
So at the moment, we're really aiming for Joseph Parker. We've been speaking to Joseph Parker or his team, I should say, his promotional team for a good few months now. Obviously, they're hunting Anthony Joshua. There's no problems there. We've come to an agreement, basically. There's nothing signed as such at the moment. The lawyers between Hatton Promotions and Duco Events are sort of going back and forth and that sort of thing. But everything's theoretically agreed. Should that not eventuate, we've got a few options. Obviously, one of them's Dillian Whyte. I believe they're touting February the 3rd. Also, we've got an option to be on the proposed Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker undercard, should that go ahead. And on top of that, Lucas has just been named, I think within the last day or two, the number one contender for the OPBF crown, which is the Oriental and Pacific, just aligned with the WBC, and that's held by a Japanese fellow by the name of Kayotaro Fujimoto. Fujimoto, I think, off the top of my head, is 16 with the WBC, maybe 7 with the WBO, and I think maybe 14 or 15 with the WBA. So that's another option. You know, we're prepared to travel to Japan and up all those rankings, and certainly, you know, jump ahead of a few fighters too. So Dillian Whyte, yeah, no problems. If it doesn't work out with Parker and the offer between Eddie and Promotions and Promotions as us is acceptable, then there's no issues there whatsoever. So that fight can certainly happen.
I spoke to Dave Higgins a few days ago, and he said to me that you guys were a serious, under serious consideration, but their sticking point was 35% for Anthony Joshua. Do you feel that you could make as much money with Lucas Brown, Joseph Parker fight as a Joshua fight with Joseph Parker?
Do I think that Parker can make the same amount of money, or are you saying do we think that we can make the same amount of money with Parker as we could?
So if you could say to Higgins' team, look, we can do you a deal that is, you know, in Australia, we can do you a deal as a New Zealander versus an Australian. Can that money make as much money as potentially a Joshua Parker fight in a fight that Parker? Go ahead.
No, sure. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, if they're going on an open book 35% agreement, that's no, they can't complain. They can't compare with that. So that money is astronomical when you consider all the pay-per-view in Britain and also the pay-per-view. Parker actually does really good numbers back here in this part of the world in terms of pay-per-view, and he gets decent crowds, but he doesn't get the sort of crowds that Joshua gets, which is like 80,000 at Cardiff and that sort of thing. So no, I don't think it'll be anywhere near as big as what he could potentially earn with Anthony Joshua, but I certainly believe it's bigger than what he can earn with most other boxers, that's for sure. Povetkin, I would say, would probably be able to offer him more money, but you've got to travel to Russia to do that. So would they be keen to do that? Probably not. But in terms of what else is available, you can understand, like in this part of the world, in Australia versus Kiwi is an enormous sporting event. So,
Absolutely.
It's got the potential to be a very big thing here, and they're obviously considering it a very decent fallback plan should the Joshua fight not eventuate.
So if you were there's lots of rumors, people saying that the fight's going to happen in March. I don't know where that date's come from, but March seems to be the date that Joshua Parker may get announced. That's what they're saying at the moment. Don't know how true it is. What's the latest you've heard on this situation?
Well, yeah, your guess is as good as mine, because the reason being is it really seems to be a day-to-day proposition. Things change every single day with that sort of fight. So I tried to call Dave today, but I couldn't get through to him. But, go back 10 days ago, he was sort of saying that things look like they've broken down and that sort of thing. So your guess is as good as mine. I really believe that, it's something that might not be settled in the next few days either. Like, I know that they're going out in the press and saying, it's close, but what they've been saying is close for months and it's still not there. So who knows? One side, whether it's Eddie or whether it's Dave Higgins, one side's going to have to relent or budge and either pay the 35% or accept, obviously less than 35%. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
When you look at the situation with Parker and Joshua, do you see that as Parker being a guy that really wants to become unified heavyweight champion, or a guy that just has a belt prepared to sell?
No, I think he accepts the challenge. I don't think Parker really fears anyone, to be honest. I know he was less than impressive with Hughie Fury. I think they made a little bit of a mistake in terms of they took that fight to England and they probably hoped that Joseph would blast him out in a few rounds, and it didn't eventuate like that. It became sort of one of those fights where he chased Hughie around the ring for 12 rounds and didn't look too crash hot. So it probably somewhat affected his market value there. It sort of backfired. It was a risk. It didn't work. But I believe that at this level, these guys don't really fear each other. No one really fears each other. Ensure they get paid for what they should be worth. So, obviously stylistically, some people don't match up as well with others, and they know that. But I've got no problem saying that he'll go in there all guns blazing and attempt to win. I don't think he's going to. I don't know if you saw the fight, but Christian Hammer basically looked happy to survive 12 rounds this morning with Povetkin. He didn't really
sparring session.
So yeah, it was like a sparring fight. Exactly. And look, Povetkin, it's very hard for Povetkin because at the end of the day, he did everything he could. He chased him around the ring, but it's very hard to get a stoppage when someone's just happy to survive and stand there. And another example of that is Razvan Kojanu when he fought Parker at short notice. I think it was probably 10 days or whatever. He was happy to just get in there and go to 12. It's hard for Parker to look good because he's happy to go to 12 and maybe not offer anything where he can be counted and knocked out. So I don't think Parker would do that in a fight with Joshua. I think he's got a bit too much mongrel in him. At some stage, if he's fighting Joshua, he's going to really go for it. And look, they're talking about Parker's chin being this and that. And look, to my knowledge, he's never been dropped either as a amateur or professional. But Anthony Joshua hits harder than most people as well. So, and Joshua, he's a great fighter, but he's human. He can be hurt. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
The hype about Anthony Joshua at the moment, has that translated over to Australia? And does that make Lucas Browne look over his shoulder?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I'm not going to say that he's a completely household name here. He's not. But if you talk to most people who have got an inclination about sports, then they'll know Anthony Joshua, if that makes sense. So, I think everyone recognises him as the number one heavyweight in the world for sure. His fight against Klitschko probably sealed that in most people's minds. It was a great fight too. Like what a tremendous heavyweight fight. I think most people here in Australia would certainly, who follow sport, and obviously those who follow boxing would certainly know who Anthony Joshua is. And by the same token, a lot of people know who Joseph Parker and also Lucas Browne are too. So, probably getting ahead of themselves at the moment, but should Lucas someday face Joshua, it would be big news. It would be big news here as well.
Would you ever consider going back down the WBA route like you did the last time?
Yeah, definitely, absolutely, no problem at all. Like, it's all about opportunities. I think. Like, if somehow Manuel Char gets rid of Fraser Gwendo, who's been hanging around like a bad smell for 3 years, if he gets rid of him and Lucas somehow gets the next shot, yeah, we take that regular belt back. Lucas wants that belt back. He honestly sees that rightfully as his, and I can understand why. He's the one that. He's the one that travelled to Chechnya to get it. He didn't have a fight on his home turf. He could do this, do that. Like he went to Chechnya, where not too many people have gone, I can assure you, and overcame the odds. And he was down the cards. He got dropped hard, but he fought like a warrior, and he got that belt. So we'd have no problems whatsoever going back down that WBA route.
Now, after the PED scandals with around Brown, what do you do now to build? Because it must have hurt Brown's market, like a brand. How do you now rebuild a brand? And in terms of sponsorships and stuff like that, how do you rebuild that? And how much effect did it have?
Yeah, it had a lot of effects. Like I'll give you an example. Like he came back to when we went over to Chechnya to fight. Some of the boxing journalists covered it, obviously in the newspapers. But when we came back, there were people waiting for him at the airport, and it was the biggest thing going in a long time in Australian boxing, that's for sure. So, he was on regular TV shows, he was on regular radio shows, and obviously that only lasted a few weeks. But has it hurt his brand? Yeah, I think it has. It'd be naive to say it hadn't. But at the end of the day, people forget about Dylan Whyte's failed test, don't they? People have already forgotten about Jarrell Miller's failed test. There's plenty of athletes that have failed tests. The way that you make people forget about it and move on is to fight. Simple as that. To keep going there and fighting and making yourself available for testing, which he's done. He had a knock on the door from Varda, maybe 15 days ago or something like that, and came back negative, and that's all you can do. Like, at the end of the day, no one wants to report, he tested clean, and understandably so you should. But all you can do is try your best to keep someone active and continue to be testing clean. So that's all you can do. Look, at the end of the day, if that stigma's going to stay with him forever, well, so be it. He's a big boy, and he knows the truth of the matter. It's not like it's some big doping regime like in East Germany or something like that. He's made one absolute stuff up, which was taking something over the counter, and so be it. He's moved on. He can sleep at night. So, but yeah, I think to answer your question, you just got to get him back in the ring and fighting. People forget about it pretty quickly, that's for sure. Boxing is a fairly forgiving sport. I'll give it that. Like, people might tear each other up on Twitter and things like that, but at the end of the day, you've had a lot of boxers that have done worse things and failed tests, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So when do we think we'll see Lucas Brown out again? Right?
It really just depends how the cards fall. If Joshua versus Parker gets made and Eddie Hearn offers decent money for him to fight February 3rd against Dylan Whyte, we'll fight Dylan Whyte on February 3rd. If the Japanese come in with an offer to fight Fujimoto that's decent and we can't turn it down, we'll fight Fujimoto. So the idea is for 2018 to be busy. He's keen as mustard to get back in there and start ripping in. So it's kind of one of those things where everyone's waiting to see how it all pans out, and after that we'll see what happens.
I spoke to Peter Fury about an hour ago, and he said in terms of Dillian Whyte and Hughie Fury, which is being talked about in February, he said there's no way we're going to get that fight in February. I come back in January. I start camp January 15th. There's no way we'll be ready in time for February the 3rd. So that looks unlikely for February. You guys, what sort of shape is Lucas Brown at the moment to take a February 3rd fight?
Yeah, he's all right. Look, he's, like I said, they're big guys, so he can drop a fair bit of weight fairly quickly as well. But he's been training. He spent the last probably 8 weeks with Rodney Williams, his trainer. So you got to understand, Lucas lives in Perth, which is in Western Australia. He has to be there because his kids are there. Right. He doesn't have to be there. He chooses to be there, wants to be there. But he's in Perth with his children. But his trainer and where Lucas is from is Sydney on the other side of the country. So it's a 5.5 hour or so flight. But it looks like we were possibly going to have a hit out at the end of this year, which isn't happening now because it sort of got stagnated with the talks with Parker and this and that. So he flew to Sydney. He spent the last 8 weeks in Sydney training, so he's in reasonable condition. We need to find out what's happening. If it's going to be February 3, I want to find out fairly soon, because he still needs to get into a proper camp where we fly in sparring partners, that sort of thing. And I think, what would that be, 7 weeks away maybe? So
yeah. So
which would be fine.
One more last.
Drags on into like 2 or 3 weeks notice. Well, probably not interested.
Okay. People ask this question. Ask Matt why they haven't signed the contract to face Dillian Whyte yet, and Whyte said they had it for 2 weeks.
Oh, I think Dylan's talking a little bit of shit there. He's talking rubbish. Look, there have been talks from. I know Eddie Hearn's spoken to Ricky and all those hat promotions, but as Ricky said, we're trying to explore getting this Parker fight, and that's for a world title. So there's no contract there. There might be an offer there, but it's not a contract. They're two vastly different things. So so if it doesn't work out with Parker, if Parker does end up fighting Anthony Joshua, well, happy days. Let Eddie call Ricky and all the boys at Hat Promotions and come up with an offer that sorts it out. But there's no contract sitting on our email, I can assure you.
8 weeks, he said. 8 weeks.
8 weeks, there you go. Well, I hope he's not using an advent calendar, because he'd be eating a lot of chocolate. Seriously, like 8 weeks. Yeah, right. No worries.
Let's get something cleared up here. Are you scared of Are you and your camp scared of Dillian Whyte?
No way. God's green earth. Like, at the end of the day, look, one thing Lucas can do is whack. Right? We all agree on that. It's as obvious as a nose in your face. Dillian Whyte's a good fighter. There's no two ways about it. But he's there, and he's there to be hurt. And he fought Hellenius, who took the fight. Hellenius looked like he crawled out of a pub, and he still hurt Dillian Whyte in the second round. I look at things like that and think, well, if Hellenius out of shape can do it, well, I know Lucas will. One thing Lucas does well is put people away. So, look, at the end of the day, what would we fit Dillian Whyte? We've been to Chechnya, mate, but we're not worried about coming to London. So
I'm a bit concerned. I'm a bit concerned of the sort of people you're seeing crawling out of pubs now. If they look like Robert Hellenius, then...
yeah, true. That's a pretty rough point. I just meant that he wasn't I'm sure. And to be fair, Hellenius can crack himself. I'm not taking anything away from him, but he was there for what, 2 or 3 weeks on the fight. I'm sure he was there for 2 or 3 rounds, and after that, it was pretty dull. It was like watching a bit of paint dry. It was like a sparring session as well. So he was content to survive. And again, Dylan copped a bit of slack for that fight, and I understand it was pretty dull, but again, he was the only one trying to fight there. So I don't really have a big problem with his performance, because Hellenius, after hurting him, sort of ran out of gas, and that was the end of it. So but to also answer your question as well, White's the one with everything to lose. It's the one that, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's the number one contender with the WBC. So that's a hell of an opportunity for us. Why wouldn't we be happy to roll the dice if everything financial is even or happy enough with us?
So you're happy to fight Dillian Whyte. Are you happy to fight Dillian Whyte at because recently it seems to be a trend to talk percentages on Twitter or talk percentages on social media or talk percentages on video? Then is it a percentage thing here, or is it?
We can thank Juco and also that trip to that one coming. Probably not even match, to be honest with you. It's not their fault. But Deontay Wilder's talking about it now too. I see 50-50 odds or something. Nah, look, I'm not going to go into percentages. Like, Dillian Whyte's, he's a good fighter, and I'm sure he brings a crowd in England. But as long as there's a financial deal in place in terms of that our team's happy with, done.
Okay, final question. Who's the A side? Lucas Browne or Dillian Whyte?
Good question, eh? Like, look, the obvious answer would be Dillian Whyte, because he's English and he's fought Joshua, so he's probably fairly familiar to maybe fight fans that are casual fans, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
They probably recognise him from that. But who deserves to be? Well, He deserves to be the A side. I don't know. Maybe it's Lucas Brown. He's the one that's
unbeaten world champion.
Country guy. Yeah, he's been the world champion. So, hey, look, it's a good fight. I think fight fans will love it. It'll be an absolute tear up.
Absolutely.
There's no way that's going to. Like, there's no way that's going to 12 rounds or whatever. So, I think that's the sort of fight that fans want to see. And you can look. I know that's the sort of fight fans want to see. You've only got to look at Twitter and see people, calling for it. So, yeah, I think. Look, it can be made. There's no problems there. It's just got to be a fair deal, I suppose. It's pretty simple.
Sounds very good, Matt. Matt, thank you as always for talking to BWTM Sports. Do you have a message to people listening to the interview live or people around the world who will listen to this on replay?
Yeah. I mean, look, whether you're a Lucas Brown fan or just a fight fan, I reckon thanks for being involved in boxing. It's tremendous. And I think at the end of the day, fans have a lot of power. If the fans want to really see a fight, I think 99% of the time it gets made. So, boxing, greatest sport on earth.
Matt Clark, as always, thank you so much for talking to BWTM Sports.
Not a drama, mate, any time, and go the Aussies in the cricket, eh?
No way. Take care. All the best, Matt.
Maybe Lucas can come over there and make it 6-0.
Oh, dear. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye. So there you have it. Matt Clark with a bit of banter, a bit of sense of humour there. He says that Dillian Whyte is talking rubbish. So it'll be interesting to see how Dillian Whyte responds to that. And I look forward to seeing Lucas Brown back in the ring as soon as possible. Again, this has been BWTM Sports, but we've got even more for you on BWTM Sports. We've got even more for you on BWTM Sports. In about an hour, we'll have an in-depth interview with Peter Fury. So stay tuned to BWTM Sports. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We're out of here. Take care.